I grew up in a Victorian house, 26-room Victorian house, with my family. And my family were all musicians. My mother could sing, my aunts could sing, play the piano and everything. So I heard music and classical music before I could talk. Unique man I have ever met in my life. And so it was a part of my life, and it's a part of me. He was interesting. And that's why I guess I still love it so much. He was very, very knowledgeable. He was a composer. He was a conductor, and he was a people person. And you couldn't find a better person than Pat Pistone. And he was an all-around musician. And he was so dedicated to music and so dedicated to the arts. He painted, but he was also dedicated to me, his wife, which was very nice. And that's a very interesting question. What has classical music meant to me and my family? As I indicated previously, I grew up in a big old Victorian house, and there were lots of rooms and lots of music. All of my aunts and uncles took piano lessons, singing lessons, music lessons. And before I could talk, I guess I heard classical music, and I knew what it was something about. And then later on, when I met Pat Pistone, I realized how important and how critical it was, and how he instilled that love to young people that he was teaching. So it's been a personal achievement for me, but also in my mind, a great achievement for Pat Pistone and for my family. My father was a tenor. He played the guitar. My mother could sing. My aunt was in all kinds of choirs. So that was a part of my life. The way we started the Fine Arts Orchestral Society is very interesting because we had no money. We went around and we had an attorney help us, and after the attorney helped us, then we were able to try to get some funding so we could sponsor the concerts. And it took a while to build up, but we built it up, and that was a very, very important move, having the Fine Arts Orchestral Society. The Yonkers Philharmonic's greatest strength.
Yes, what is your...
I think we have dedicated, qualified musicians who have been with us for quite a while and who love music and who have a talent and are there, rain or shine, and they've been with us for years, and I think that they've been the asset too. Very important to have the people we have. Why have I remained involved for 57 years? I guess that's a very interesting question because, number one, I love the orchestra, I love the music, and Yonkers did not have a cultural factor. Yonkers needed something like the orchestra, and the orchestra has been a survivor, even though many of the people that played in it weren't, but we had people from 9 to 90 years old. And the orchestra survived, and it's alive, and it's still doing well. And we have great leadership right now, and we hope to continue. I see the orchestra continuing to grow. I see young artists getting an opportunity to grow with the orchestra. I see the audience build up, and it has built up for years. And I see the orchestra as a permanent educational, cultural component of Yonkers. Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to be remembered as Pat Pistone's wife. To me, that was my biggest honor out. And his partner. I helped continue. I helped get the orchestra going off its feet. I'd like to be considered as a person who loved my city. I love Yonkers, and I want to improve the cultural aspect of it. But still, I always want to be remembered as Pat Pistone's wife. I never really thought about what my legacy would be. I always thought about Pat Pistone's legacy, because to me he was the greatest musician. And when the Yonkers Symphony folded, he was the one who said, "We've got to do something. Can't let this happen." And his other musician friends all got together, and we all worked together, and we kept it going. The reason why people should leave a legacy and the reason why people should contribute is so that the orchestra continues and has a background and has financial stability, and a legacy is important for some people, and the stability of having sponsors is important.